Today with me in studio, Mr. Moses. Oh no. Sorry. Wait. First of all, my honorable. I want to know where the honorable is coming from.
The stage where I was almost contesting, I just withdrew. So
Okay.
that's why I couldn't. Yeah. So on that SDA, being an SDA and also being in business, we thought it was a very wrong move.
No, okay. I get it. Have you made any profit out of music?
Since album, the whole total cost of production and hosting everyone was somewhere 70,000 in the living room. And yes, the first day, just the first day, we sold equivalent to like 45,000. That is between 14 hours to somewhere around 20 hours.
Also overpriced as a group.
Yes.
You've been obviously you've been invited to a lot of groups. So you mean all these invitations they've never had your requirements met?
Most of them.
Like, so we're talking about 90% of them.
90%.
Wow.
That's how bad things are when it comes to standards.
And you're based in South Africa.
Yes.
So meaning once I remember to invite Mr. Moses, you have to have a 15 pin per site. Then I will talk about now in the care.
You need to talk about my return tickets.
Okay.
And also my lodging, because when I'm in Zambia, if I'm in Lusaka, everyone who is close to me, they know where I stay. I don't just stay anywhere. You can't tell me go and sleep at. You can't tell me go and sleep at the elders.
Man of God, I want to ask.
Yes.
I want to ask. The ring you are wearing. I've been looking at.
Oh,
it
the ring.
I've been wondering, like, hey, what's? that's why. I think that's why a lot of people find it very. Some people even find it offensive when you take it on camera, because these are people you know.
Yes.
You get. These are people you know. These are people who come from the same circle as you.
Yes.
Why don't you go behind those and criticize them there or advise them there than bringing it online? Because other people who know you pretty well think you are a joke.
Is it?
Yeah. Other people think you're a joke. Other people think you just want attention.
I take it on camera, and like I've liked it the way you have put it. I don't have a friend. You should ask God for Christ. If they put up something that is not okay, I go there and I'll talk about it. They will tell me, why didn't you call us? It's not about you. First, you have put a product in public. You have already you don't know what to say when you're already. They were wicked. You know what I mean? Critic.
Let's talk
That's
about
how critic.
Let's talk about the TP. Yeah, the comment you passed about the music video.
So I don't know why Casper is putting
the
on that red jacket in that video. You can't go solo and put on a different color, like a UCZ conductor. You know what I mean? Those conductors that are doing church. So that suit, that jacket that Casper put on, I didn't understand it very well. Like it's a traditional song, right? Yes. Now the Dockers uniform with me was an issue. Why did they put Dockers with their uniform?
This, when you compare the videos that you are criticizing and the videos you've done, when you compare them,
Yes.
which one do you think is better?
So like Kasambwe, we were known because of Kasambwe.
Yes.
As of Christ.
Yes.
And you know what I deliberately did? We took that song to Born and Bred, where they were criticizing the whole world, the whole Zambia. There was a program called Hit or Miss, and it was rated as a hit. So, answering your question on that level, that song, that video was a hit.
It came after you criticized the video. What was the response?
Which response? The TP video.
The TP video, yes. We are still on the TP.
There are few individuals who became very emotional. Yes. Which I feel that's how they react to things. Like Casper, I feel that's how they react to issues. Like we have been at
since then.
We have been at the same time.
Okay.
Yes, we have been at the same time, because with Casper it's hello.
Okay.
Is Casper my friend that you find me chilling with and all that stuff? No, Casper is not my friend. Casper is got his own friends, I think. Yes, I've got my own friends as well.
It's just someone you know.
It's someone I know from, because why ID. So we should move like that. The problem with heritage now, I don't fear any heritage. Abomination identity, the heritage.
They're just there
No. Hey, that is the population. Who are you expecting them? It's the population.
So wow.
Yes. So yeah, that's my take about heritage.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Talk Show. Yes, today I'm excited. As you can see my face, I'm more smiley because I have a very interesting guest with me here in studio. I will be your host, of course. I'm Zek, and in studio with me today is the one and only Mr. Moses Mwamba. You will see him after the break. Yeah, I just wanted to introduce him. For those of you who do not know who the person is, you get to know him. Is one of I don't know if I should say this, but is one of is one of the critics we have when it comes of course to do with a cappella gospel music and just gospel music in general. Is done quite a lot for himself, and yeah, we'll get into the details of who he is, basically of what he has done in his journey. Just after this short, quick break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You are still watching the Daily Talk Show. Yes, I am your host, Zek. Today with me in studio is Mr. Moses. Oh, no. Sorry. Let me say Honorable. Wait. Honorable Moses Mwamba. First of all, yes. Honorable. I want to know where the honorable is coming from. Please tell us about why are you called the honorable?
Apparently this is the side of the life I don't much disclose, but at one point I intended to contest as an MP.
Okay.
Yes, on a certain ticket. Yeah.
Share with us. Want to know what ticket is that?
That is not for this show, I feel. Yeah, but at one point I contested. I wanted to contest.
You wanted to. You never did.
Yes, I never did. I actually got to a stage where I was almost contesting. I just withdrew. So okay. That's why I couldn't. Yeah. So on that.
Why did you withdraw?
Many reasons. My family and
they were never in support.
Yes, the politics and
or maybe it's to do with you being an SDA.
Part of that. Yes. SDA, being an SDA and also being in business, we thought it was a very wrong move.
Okay.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you in studio with us.
To have you.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to have this conversation with you because Man,
Yes.
you have such you have such a quite you have such a reputation on Facebook with
Is
your
it?
criticisms and everything,
Is
you know.
it?
But we'll get into that. But first, before we get to that, you've given us, as your musical journey, as you are an artist, right?
Yeah.
You've done such quite a number of projects
Yes.
to yourself.
Yes.
Walk us through that. How did you become a musician, and how did your musical journey start?
Okay, so I grew up in a family of musicians. My mother is a very great singer.
Ah.
My father was a director for a group called the Heritage Choir, where the Heritage Quartet comes from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was called the Zambia Heritage Choir.
Okay.
I think it was formed by John Mwesa, the father to Alex Mwesa and Martin Mwesa. So I come from that background of singing. When I started singing, actually, when I was like 10, 10, my parents would put me on the table. By then, we only had like 3 churches in Kitwe, which was Kitwe Central Church, Kwacha Church, and Usakile Church. So they would put me on top of the table, and then we'll sing a trio just like that. So that's where I come from. And from there, after growing up, we started singing as, you know, singing band. I also participated in the AY singing band. And then later on, we had a group called the Heavenly Seekers. The Heavenly Seekers, if you know the guys, the twins, if you know the twins, the Lumina twins, were singing together. That is a group that actually, that's where All for Christ came
from.
Yes. So I've been singing throughout my youth.
How many albums do you have to your name?
2.
2 albums.
Yes. The first album was Mwilindi.
Okay.
My solo album, I think it was done in 2011. 2011, 2012, somewhere there. And then my favorite album. Yes.
That's the name? My favorite?
Yes, the recent one was my favorite album.
Okay.
It's on Spotify
and everywhere else. Okay, people can find your songs.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've basically, since the time I started my journey as a, let me just say, we've been watching you on ZNBC for quite a long time. Yeah,
yes.
You've been doing music for a very long time.
Yes.
And
I feel like an ancient now.
So how old have you been in music? Like, how old are you now in music?
Okay. Should I say? I feel not like you're trying to find out my age.
No. Don't get me wrong. Not your age, but your musical, career.
Yeah,
age.
I think serious. 25.
25 years.
Yes.
Okay.
30 to 25 years.
Wow.
Yes.
That's quite more than a decade. That's impressive.
Yes.
And I want to ask this question. Yeah. Have you made any profit out of your music? I know it's gospel music, but then,
Yes.
and it's your talent. Sure.
Yes.
You're very good. You're a talented singer. You've done quite beautiful projects that we've watched on the national television. Have you made profit out of music?
Yes.
And
I've made profit actually from my previous album, my favorites.
My favorites.
Yeah, are you talking about profit in terms of money or?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, we're talking about money now.
Yes.
Have you made money from your projects?
Yes, not all of them. Of course, music is just like any other project, like business. So you first invest. So invested for quite some time, and then a recent album. The whole total cost of production and hosting everyone was somewhere 70,000 kwacha.
Wow.
Yeah. When I sold it, the very first day, I launched it online.
When was it?
In
When
the
did you launch
living
it? When did you launch the album?
2021 was it?
I thought we were talking about an album that came out like months.
No.
Wow.
2021, yes, 2021 or 2020. I have to check properly. But 2021, I launched it, yes, 2021, during COVID, in the living room. And yes, the first day, just the first day, we sold equivalent to like 45,000.
Wow.
That is between 14 hours to somewhere around 20 hours.
So can you simply say that you are a successful gospel music artist from those sales that you're
Not yet.
Not yet. You're still pushing.
You're still. There are other things that I feel should be done right.
That are not being okay.
Yes, that I feel that now.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
Get to the group. It's the very well-known group. You are one of the founders of one of the best a cappella group that we have in Zambia, All for Christ. You're one of the founding members.
Yes.
How did All for Christ come about? How did you create All for Christ?
So, as usual, as a young Adventist male, there's a yearning of having a group that would you'd want to deliver the work of God in a certain way. You know when you are youth, you're so ambitious. This and this, especially in our growing up, we had a lot. We were so much exposed to boy bands. Remember, in our growing up in the 80s, 90s,
I wasn't there.
There was a lot of boy bands, Boys to Men, 041, and all that stuff. That is on the other side of but we still listen to them because the secular music then was much of like gospel. Yeah, they were singing about humanitarian songs and love songs. So we wanted something similar like that. And when you feel you want this type of music, and then there are few people that were willing to come up with that sound. So much later, we had quartet mushrooming. After the heritage singers, there are a lot of Morning Watch. There's a quartet in Kitwe called Morning Watch by Leonard and Tamkari. There are a lot of Habakkuk brothers. I know you've heard of
Habakkuk brothers.
Yes, so there was that type of music. Now we wanted something different from a quartet. So we thought about boy band music. That's how we came. So
what year was that?
I cannot really remember the year, but Offer Christ was like serious Offer Christ 20 something.
Okay.
Yeah, I cannot, between 205. So we came up with Offer Christ. Brian Mirikita disarmed, and Vincent was not yet then.
Okay. Vincent
was in Chingola. You come from Chingola, so you know Vincent Chomba.
Actually, I come from.
Who comes from Chingola?
From Fulira.
It's the other guy.
Yes.
So we had, until Vincent also came in, and we started Off for Christ. Later on, other people started coming to town. Others for school at CBU, you know, and that was one of them. Jonathan came in, the first tenor. Then, so that's how we came up with Fall for Christ. And it was making sense within ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, but there were others, like the church, especially the administration. There are few people that could accept the kind of music that we wanted to sing. It was gospel, but there are few people there. This is not SDS.
This is not
SDS sound. This is not how SDS should be. And then there's always other group like other elders like Elder Chishimba BP. I don't know if you know.
Would support
and get
this is okay.
This is 21st century.
Yes.
Then it was 20th century.
Yeah.
This is let the boys sing. So we'd go and sing. Have you seen the way I'm looking? But we'd put maybe on our uniform at one point. I remember we had a uniform, cargo pants with combats. I'm telling you. And GB, they are called GB what? Boots. Those long ones. Dragon t-shirt. We didn't even know what was. Do
you have photos of this?
We have few photos.
I would love to have. I'm sure we'll be showing some photos here.
Yes. We have, but not like on that serious occasions. I remember we went to sing at Matandiko's, the city congregation, the whole Kitwe, the whole Copper Belt actually, at Nkana Jiminism. And the late Dr. Matandiko was preaching. And then they made a mistake. They put us on the program. And then we went inside there with combats and everything. We did one song. One song. And it was so controversial. It was so controversial.
Because I know Copper Belt people, man.
Yeah. I remember we left that event earlier than we were supposed to.
I can imagine.
We're even like some of our friends.
If there's one state or if there's one city in Zambia that's very hard,
the province is Copper Belt.
Copper Belt is something else.
Yes,
they don't take nonsense.
No, they are disciplinarians.
No, they won't take nonsense there.
No, they didn't. So we left like that. So that's how Copper Belt started, and I mean, for Christ, and I'm very glad and I'm really pleased to be part of that family because I was exposed to a lot of things. It was a youthful group that was ready to try anything new. Yeah, that's how you started. Yes.
But then we see you leave the group. What led to your leaving of the group?
Wow. So why I left the group is I've not left the group. I don't like that way. I'm part of the All for Christ family.
Yeah. And but you're no longer singing with them.
No. I don't participate in singing.
Okay.
Yes. Much of it is responsibilities. Yeah. I got married. Yes. And then family started coming up. You need to support your family, so you cannot be at one place. So I left active singing in All for Christ because of that. And
do you sing with them when you're around Lusaka?
Yes, if I
because we know you're not based in Lusaka, right?
No.
Yes, you're in South Africa, but when you're in Lusaka, do you sing with them?
If they are singing. I've not been around and they are singing. But if they are rehearsing, and because most of them they are not in Lusaka. Yes. So if they are singing, rehearsing, yes. And if they are doing a project, like they are doing a project now, they want to record. Anyway, let me not announce. But we consult each other. You call each other and say, this is the songs that we are going to put in the album. This is how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Okay. Are you in the WhatsApp group though? You sound like you're not in the WhatsApp group. And if you're not in the WhatsApp group for the group, it means you're not.
No. I'm not in the WhatsApp group.
Then you're not part of the group.
No, I am. But so the WhatsApp group is for the active members.
For the active members.
Yes.
Okay.
So that they can concentrate. You cannot keep on interjecting or disturbing the active members.
I think I've gotten the answer.
Yeah.
You've gotten the answer, right? I think him and I have gotten the answer.
Okay.
But yeah, we get it. We get it.
Yes.
All for Christ is one of my favorite groups, a cappella groups.
Okay.
You guys used to and still do beautiful songs. I only have one question though about All for Christ.
Yes.
All for Christ is not a group that you can find at any concert. Why is that? Actually, I've never seen All for Christ at any concert.
Yes. So you have not seen me.
Okay.
As Moses Mwamba at any concert.
Okay.
It's a deliberate move.
Okay.
When you get invited to a program, you fail to deliver your agenda properly, because when you start from standard, the kind of the PS system and all that stuff, the other group that is inviting you, most of the time, the other groups, especially SDA groups, they have their own tech rides, own standard that they want to do things, and on their own belief of how they should deliver things. Okay, which we feel, okay, this is really not going to be to disturb of what we have set there as a standard for us to perform. The other thing is that,
so wait, before
yes.
you go to the other thing, so you mean all the concerts that you've been invited to? Because I know you've been invited to a lot of concerts. You yourself as a solo artist, also All for Christ as a group.
Yes.
You've been you've been invited to a lot of groups. So you mean all these invitations, they've never had your requirements met?
Most of them.
Like, so we're talking about 90% of them.
90%.
Wow.
That's how bad things are when it comes to standards.
So there's a standard that you want to keep.
Yes.
What's the purpose of the group? And what's your purpose as a solo artist? Because right now we're talking about two. We're talking about All for Christ. We're also talking about you as a solo artist. What's your purpose as a group? What's your aim?
As All for Christ.
Yes.
I will not talk much about All for Christ, but
you are the founding father. I'm sure yes. You're the person who brought up these rules and stuff.
I'm one of the founding members.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yes.
The whole thing is. The idea is to deliver quality gospel, quality message.
Okay.
Yes. Not just any gospel message. So we have to deliver things in a quality way. Yes. That is our aim.
Sorry.
Our main aim is just that.
Wow.
Yes. Please.
I have a lot of questions now in my head right now.
Yes.
It sounds like you are more concerned about the production part of it.
Yes.
Unlike the message you're preaching, because you are a gospel music group and artist, as you are. You get. Yes. So it sounds like you what you're trying. Your concerns are not more of the gospel you're preaching, but how you are delivering the message to the people. Because when we go to the Bible,
thank you, I've gone
Jesus himself never used the PA system, but he was speaking to thousands of people, if not millions of people, without a PA system. I know you
are not going to be fair to compare Jesus and our generation.
Okay.
But all I can tell you that the same Bible has rebuked several times of mediocre.
All right.
And actually our concept comes from the Bible. You remember the instructions when God was instructing, is it David, to build a sanctuary? The sanctuary was full of standards. It comes from there. When God was getting into, what is this? They welcomed him on a camel and all of that. It's a symbol of him being a king. It's the standard that we're trying to. But all in all, Bible really emphasizes on standard, good standard. God needs to be given something that is good, not mediocre, that every time we should be no. And that is not that is not really our goal. Yeah, because we have done that when we were young. When we were young, we did a lot of that.
Okay.
Yeah, we sang at any camp without any PA system. We did that. Now we are grown, we are big men. Nikubukuru kunoka. Tekubwa ichekudu. So we need to do things now that we couldn't afford then. We don't have any excuse why we shouldn't deliver the gospel in a quality manner. We don't have that excuse.
Wow. Do you charge? Do you have a performance fee?
On Sabbath, no.
On Sabbath only, no.
Sabbath, me as Moses Mwamba, Sabbath programs, I feel it's not right to charge.
Okay.
Yes.
How about the Sunday program?
Depends with what the program
church
is.
The church invitation.
If it is a charity program on Sunday,
church service.
No, I can't charge.
You don't charge?
Yes. Any church service, I don't charge.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
But any concert events, there we need to share the money. You are making money.
How much do you charge? How much do you charge?
So we are looking at anything to cater my accommodation and my logistics.
Okay.
Yes.
Only you don't have performance fees, appearance fees, because we have some.
So those now comes in what you want me to. If you want to come and deliver what you have heard from me singing on video, that quality, then I'll just give you the take ride, and then I'll tell you not anything more than 15,000 kwacha.
Wow. Wow. Okay. 15 pin.
Not more than 15,000.
That's a local standard.
And that is not that we are not talking about logistics and other things.
Just a performance fee.
That is the performance fee.
And you're based in South Africa.
Yes.
So meaning once I invite Mr. Moses, you have to have a 15 pin per site. Then now we talk about now in the care.
You need to talk about my return tickets.
Okay.
And also my lodging. Because when I'm in Zambia, if I'm in Lusaka, everyone who is close to me, they know where I stay. I don't just stay anywhere. You can't tell me go and sleep at. You can't tell me go and sleep at the elders.
Yes, no, not organized.
Let me sleep there when maybe I'm trying to visit a family, and then they've invited me that you should come.
Okay,
but I don't.
You don't.
So it will be very unfair for you.
How about All for Christ? Does All for Christ charge?
I don't know the rules now, but the last time I checked, they were not charging church service programs.
But concerts they used.
Yes. In church services, we believe what we call, it's like an offering. I've forgotten the specific words for that, where they appreciate. You see, when our pastors goes to the camp meetings to preach, okay? Or they come on Sabbath to preach. The church don't pay them. Like that congregation will not pay a pastor. But they organize something, some gift to give them. So that's what I believe in. Okay. If they feel like, oh, Balumendo, mwaimba bwinu hapa, ikatengwa ka something. Then that is okay. But don't say that, therefore ukupakwisa mukuimba pasabata mukampera 2 pin na 4 pin and Balumendo varadipisha ma 2 pin na 4 pin. But the whole thing is that to me that doesn't sit well. On Sabbath, no.
Not even for transportation, you don't charge that.
On Sabbath, no. I believe, is it that the church that is inviting you should accommodate you?
Yeah, they would
logistically.
Normally, what they do is they would ask you to say, okay, we want to host you at our church. What are your conditions? Then you tell them. So now, what are you telling them as you
on Sabbath?
Yes.
So my air ticket, of course. If I'm within wherever I am located, my fuel money,
okay,
depending with the vehicle I'm using, and then where I'm going to lodge.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, with me in studio is Mr. Moses Mwamba. He's a very powerful man. He's a very man of God. I want to ask.
Yes.
I want to ask the ring you are wearing. I've been looking at it.
Oh, the ring.
Yeah, I've been wondering, like, hey, what's
What
tell
is
us, what's this? I mean, because I know there must be some elders out there who are watching this and are like,
Yes.
something. So please tell us what's that ring
this
about?
Actually, a gift.
Ah.
Yeah. An Indian friend of mine gave me this, but it's just fashion. Just
fashion.
the way you put on cufflinks.
Ah, okay.
Elders put on cufflinks, right? Yeah, just the way you put on cufflinks and other nice belts, accessories, good frame of your glasses.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, this is
good.
Yeah.
Great. Well, let's get into it now. Let's talk about your criticisms. No, a lot of people hate you. A lot of people do not really like you.
Yeah.
Because of your criticisms on online, on Facebook to be specific. How did you come up with such an idea of criticizing others?
Okay.
Actually, the people that you are in the same industry with are the people you criticize. How did you come up with such an idea of having such a program?
Yeah. Remember when I mentioned earlier that when we started All for Christ, we had a vision of trying to do something different in terms of quality. Yes, so the whole message all along it has been about quality. And you'll find that in our church, especially SDA Church, we have got this carefree attitude where we don't want to do things according to how they support. We always want to be the last people. I felt very bad when I took Kasambwe video to Smooth IK, ZNBC.
Yes.
We had worked very hard to produce that album in 20. That song came 2012, right? Yes, and we were charged 7.5. Before we were charged 7.5, by
Dakat.
No. By Big Deal Graphics.
Oh, Big Deal. Well, sorry.
Yes.
Big Deal Graphics.
So there were two big institutions then that were producing videos. That was INZI, led by Vatis, and Ground Zero. The owner I think is Kayambila. Ground Zero. And by then they had two. I think each one of this thing, Ground Zero had Kabanana. They were part producers of Kabanana. And then INZI were doing what is this Zamtel adverts. There's that girl called Rachel. I've forgotten her name. She had a very good song. So and they just did Kapiripiri by JK.
Oh.
Yes. So when we wanted to
match up the standard.
Go here therefore. Be like a sheep, but you should be like aggressive as, So we wanted that standard. And when we went there, INZI quoted us 25,000.
Wow.
For that song. Remember, INZI by then was a photographer for the State House. So his premium price was here.
It was very high.
Yeah. And then we went to Kamila. He said, bring 15 pin. So we were in the process of fundraising. We actually settled for INZI for 25 pin. 25 pin. Yes. And then we had few at church. When we proposed the idea that we want a video, not this video, we want a video like ABCD, they told us that video 15 pin. Actually, one person told us that. Even a friend, the whole friend, has never produced 15 pin. I'm trying to copy that man at Kitwe Central Church. I think someone, when hear my voice, they will know who I'm talking about. Even a friend. So we were so frustrated.
Okay.
We were so frustrated that even some of the members in our group thought we were exaggerating things.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has been the journey of Standard and everything. We went back, and then some of the elders, because we started asking money
In the church.
from church. We were not working. We were still in school. And they told us that actually, as we just did an album, the whole video, they say the video album, we did it at 500 kwacha. Yes. Now you are talking, what kind of a video are you talking about? What kind of a
video is that now?
And then and then they was because we have been quoted also. We have been quoted about we call it the picture that you put on a CD. The artwork.
The artwork, the artwork, we call it.
So the artwork by then, you know, they were charging like 10 kwacha. Pakaunda City Square. Pakaunda Square moya kopwa. I remember City Prophets had that type of a photo. All over Abika Kokunu Mama building yako Hong Kong. Nangoku.
What do
the Mwamba ko, you know what I mean? Yeah, so we were introduced as we knew there was something wrong about that. And at that point, we met people who were exposed, like Vatis and these guys that I've talked about, who had gone to as getting images from Gentry. And the Heritage Brothers, way back Heritage Brothers, they had very good photographers. You should go and look at their photo albums.
Yeah.
They did most of them in the studios. So we knew there was something missing. Remember, we were exposed to boy bands as well, the Boys to Men and this. So we were seeing what was happening.
We wanted to match up at least standards. Yeah.
We had to bring the international sanity, you know, to the gospel. In Zambia. And I remember the cover, we were told 500 kwacha to this guy who knew how to do it. He said it would be like a magazine. So 500 kwacha we paid from 10 kwacha. Now going to present this to church that the photo idea pantan shida 500 and then kwa dina idea kopo ako fea mu mwafatu hapa church mwasa kalpa ma bench pa church asa mikopa 5 kwacha na we no ko bale but we went for 500 kwacha anyway. And then when everyone criticized us, we found a way out of that. We started raising that money. We started raising money, and then when we were about to finish raising that money, Brian Kawe is Big D Graphics. He's my childhood friend. Together with Ben Blaze, like we're staying same streets, playing together, and what he had started his photography businesses. He said, "I can do this." I just did ABCD, and he started doing. You know, he had project with the mines where he was doing every month that safety thing in the mines. So he said, "I can do this. Come, we try." So and. Most of his work when we went to see was doing with white people and all that stuff. We knew his vision was big. So we paid him 500 kwacha for the
video.
For
the cover.
Yes. Actually, we went for the cover. And then he said, "I can also do the video."
Oh.
I said, "Can you do the video?" He said, "We can do the video." So we started working on the video. First, give us your concept before we give you the money. Because and then we knew that Lusaka was the top. You know, this guy was in the copper belt.
Yes.
So we prepared. He said, "Me 7.5 only." But since in mwewe twaidisha nyako twasamusha pali 6.5 pin. Twadipirako. And then we went to shoot. You'd see even when shooting that this guy is a professional. He knows what he's doing. The concept, when you read through the concept before you go to shoot, you knew that this guy is a professional. So it has been about that. I don't know if I'm still with your question, but it has been about implementing standard. Yeah. And that's where we are coming from.
criticizing of critics.
Because of that idea, you would find now that if you guys are singing today, or if Marimuso produce something good or bad, they will not tell them. That's how this is how we are as peasants. Actually, I've come to find that it's just Zambians. We're so settled. We don't want. We're so settled. We don't want to tell you the truth. Yes. So when we realize that most of the people will talk behind your back when you have done something bad, I decided that I'm not going to talk about anybody behind their back.
I'll take it on.
I'll bring it on camera.
But don't you think, that's why I think that's why a lot of people find it very. Some people even find it offensive when you take it on camera, because these are people you know.
Yes,
you get. These are people you know. These are people who come from the same circle as you.
Yes.
Why don't you go behind those and criticize them there or advise them there than bringing it online? Because other people who know you pretty well think you are a joke.
Is it?
Yeah. Other people think you're a joke. Other people think you just want attention.
I know that. So, part of thinking like that is the feedback when you are a critic.
Okay.
Yes. I will be very
So you
surprised.
just labeled yourself as a critic.
Yes, that's what I'm doing much now.
And you are happy with it?
Very happy.
You have...
Very happy.
Okay.
Yes. When I'll be very shocked if people don't think like that, then my critic is not getting them.
Your criticisms are not working.
No. If I don't criticize you, there should be two things about rebuking. It's either you get it personal, you get upset, or you change. You get my point? Yes. So I take it on camera, and like I've liked it the way you have put it. I don't have a friend. You should ask God for Christ. If they put up something that is not okay, I go there and I'll talk about it. They will tell me, why didn't you call us? It's not about you. First, you have put a product in public. You have already you know about to say when you're ready. They were you know what I mean? Secondly, other people should learn from that.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. How do you expect people to learn? You remember, were you in high school, most of the schools that I attended, tech schools, they will stick your results.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I can't let people my results.
Yeah.
They go back to kupata hawe. No one better my results. Yobe. So, bakambatika pa. Ifo kusa mukumona pavati upashire uyu nachitashari napona. Now, are you supposed to tell watch school ichitamu ababuino? Tumoya kamba katika chari amarizao. Nichitamu ishita mbona kumbali. Awe.
Waposta pa grupo amarizao mwache. Tuwaposta chani pa grupo mwache amarizao.
Kumbali.
Yeah.
Kwa kuisa dujamule staria rehearse. You want to produce. If you know people who have got knowledge, ask them to advise you. But the critic industry is not to come to kumba tuambo kulanda kwati mchurch board.
So people should know this. You are a critic.
I'm a critic.
And people should just take you like that.
Like that.
You will criticize them either whether they like it or not.
And don't feel that I hate you.
Okay. So Tamama put to personal grudge.
No. It's just the critic.
Let's talk
That's
about
how critic.
Let's talk about the TP.
Yes.
The comment you passed about their music video.
Okay.
And it sort of brought some, fighting in the comment section there.
Yes.
How walk us through that? How was it? What did you say that pissed
Actually,
the promise
I would love
of?
you to say something that that made them upset. But this is what I'll tell you. So
No, I want you to say it.
Let me just go back a bit.
Yeah,
So
please.
TP produced, before that video, they produced an album called their previous album, I think.
What's the album? Ndari Sungula, yes.
Yes, where there's a twalo.
Yes, Ndali Sungula album, yes.
Very beautiful album.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember I called the who's this one? Casper. Wherever he was, I said, Casper, I want the album. Where are you? Casper brought it. We made it at Hoodlands. More. And I gave him, I said, actually, this album is very nice. Let me take about, I think I got 3. If it is not 4. I bought 3. Just to support the industry. And also to go and review it. So when I went and listened to it.
So the main purpose was to review so that you can come and criticize.
No. It's there are too many, there are 2 reasons there. To criticize and to support the ministry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
when you pay, mostly I don't criticize groups on albums if I've not bought the album.
Okay.
It's one of my principles. So there are 2 things: to support and to
criticize.
To criticize, so that others will learn.
Oh, yeah.
If this is the way to go, this is the way we should go. Okay. So TPI reviewed the album. It was very 100%. I remember I even called and thanked them. I also called their producer, which is Mike Njelo. I did that. Same group. Okay. When they did that video, they did first the video called Mbuye Watu Yesu.
Yes.
That is very beautiful video. Very beautiful, clean video. So I don't know why Casper is putting on that red jacket in that video. But it's a very good video. You know what I mean? You know when you are doing a video, a group video, the things that these people don't do, like you work on colors. It's main of the things. They'll tell you, I think Gordon will talk about it, will tell you that you need to have a color thing when you are doing
it's supposed to be part of the script.
You can't go solo and put on a different color like a UCZ conductor. You know what I mean? Those conductors that are doing church. So that suit, that jacket that Casper put on, I didn't understand it very well, but that video was very perfect. Okay, and we liked it. Even the song done by, I think that is an Alwin Njoloma song. Very beautiful. I know because it sounds like a heritage song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next, when they did the video, I mean, I watched the video like 10 times. Now I was trying to put one-on-one, you know. First of all, I believe the concept was about the traditional video, right? Like it's a traditional song, right?
Yes.
Now the Dorcas uniform with me was an issue. Why did they put Dorcas with their uniform? Because Dorcas uniform is not a traditional attire. It's a religional attire. Religion attire.
Yes.
If you put a GB or a Pathfinder, you're not talking about tradition. You're talking about religion.
You're running away from the concept then.
Yes. So one is the concept, it's tradition. You're already out. Secondly, you're also limiting yourself to who should listen to. I feel if I see a song, Muliba UCZ by KB or what, sometimes I even switch off the TV because I feel Alwaba UCZ. And some people have got issue with that just uniform. They have got an issue.
So do you mean they shouldn't advertise where they're coming from, because that's part of the church. It's part of the church, and that's where they're coming from. Do you feel that shouldn't be more advertised?
With me, the gospel shouldn't be preached like that.
Okay.
Yes. When you are going here, therefore, why do you want to know that you are
SDA?
Just put I've worked with Muslims a lot. Do you know what they will tell you? Don't preach to us about ABCD. Just your behavior and your character will preach to us. So do a nice song with good really content. People get baptized.
So your problem was the Dockers.
That is number one.
Number one.
That's where it starts from. Number one, the Dockers. Second, they had mixed up their attire. Okay, they went to traditional, and halfway they were on smart attire. They were putting on black trousers, smart black trousers. And some of those black trousers, you would see that. That's why you need a stylist. You see that they're also putting on the trouser they're supposed to put on a very smart shoe. They will put on a chino. They'll put on a moccasin. You get my point?
Yeah.
You know that moccasin goes with jeans and chinos and what? That is a countryside look. We call it, or casual look.
Casual, yes.
You cannot go and put a smart a moccasin. You get my point? You put that. No. You should go with that. It goes like that. This goes with that. That's why you need a stylist. So that can.
So do you think with all those things you've said, do you think the group is a problem or the people who wrote the script for the video were a problem?
Both.
And they should learn from that.
Yes, because one, if you want something to wear, Lucas, you already know what you want. You go to the tailor and say, "Tailor, I want a BCD." Now the tailor will tell you what is the event. No, me event in the Twaro Tubare. Oh, if you want to Twaro Tubare, Fara so. Over Twara. Now, if you both can't see that the event, then you are both a problem. You see what I mean? You both need to learn. And some of these things comes in because we want to do it a cheaper way. If I come to Marimuso and tell them that they will not put in their effort to suggest, let's hire someone to stylish you. You get my point?
Yeah.
Yes. So that with me, it's both. With me, it's both of you have got a problem.
Okay.
Yes. The other thing was, you see that concept was so traditional. Very good traditional. But padia in a padia. Kunma, there were, is it animal prints or something?
It's that place is called, it's actually at Kawata. Yes. Arts Center, something like that.
Yes. So I believe they could have found time to hire that place when it is private. Not in a video. You get my point? With me, who's preaching about standard, how things are supposed to be, that is not okay. It's not sitting well with me. Background, because when you are looking at the video, you're criticizing it. Those are the most important. I'll quickly go. I want you to know how I scrutinize videos. I want you to go quickly on Tyler Perry's video, movie called, I'll tell you later the name of it. But there was a shot where she was seated, the actor was seated at the veranda. And then they were shooting. Ola mumuru so. Umu. Ya pula mo microphone, ile sound.
Oh yeah.
That is being unprofessional. Why are you doing that? That's being unprofessional. Do it perfectly. You see? So that's why we book a set. Walimona yali ama set bapanga bena Marimuso yali. Yala we know, especially those live videos that they do. I love those videos. The sets really normally match with what they are putting on. You would see that they prepared for this. So with me, that was the issue. But when you want to respond to me, request, give me also your reasoning of what I'm talking about. Don't say that in head on. ine tukekatano 1 and 1.
So what I want to get there over the response.
Yes.
But before we go there, I want to ask. So do you think your personal projects or the projects that you've been part of,
yes,
are on point?
I don't know. But
to you as a critic, when you look at the projects you've done, do you think they're up to standard as they should be?
I cannot criticize myself, but I can tell you that when you try to do the best.
Let's do this. When you compare the videos that you are criticizing and the videos you've done, when you compare them,
yes,
which one do you think is better?
It's up to you too. It's up to you.
I want to hear it from yourself.
No, I can't say that.
This is the thing. Because
yes,
you have to be criticizing, because you don't have to forget that you're also in this. Like I said, you're also in the circle. You get.
Yes,
you are doing the
yes,
same things.
yes.
The same things that these people are doing. You get.
Yes.
Just like I said, your friends. Some of them are your friends. Some of them.
Yes, yes.
Okay, you might not consider them as friends, but you know each other on that personal level. And
yes.
So when you see these videos, when you watch these videos, and you watch your videos, and most of your videos are done in 2012, 2015.
Yes.
Back then. So are you telling me that when you compare these videos, there's a very big difference?
Okay. I'll take not my opinion, but people's opinion.
People's opinion. Okay.
So like Kasambwe. We were known because of Kasambwe.
Yes.
As of Christ.
Yes.
And you know what I deliberately did? We took that song to Born and Bred, where they were criticizing the whole world, the whole Zambia. There was a program called Hit or Miss, and it was rated as a hit.
Okay.
Yes. So answering your question on that level, that song, that video was a hit.
So answering my question,
criticized by the whole 20 million Zambians.
Okay.
And Ray Mwamba. Is it Ray Mwamba? Who's this? Owasmap.
Yes. So we are saying that your videos are far much better than the videos that you criticize.
According to that review.
Okay, we get it. We get it.
Yes.
Let's get to the response that came after you criticized their video. What was the response?
Which response? The TP video.
The TP video, yes. We are still on the TP.
it's mixed feeling response as well. As usual, I get mature feedback. I get very emotional feedbacks, and I get very suggesting feedbacks. Yes, but on their own, I'm not going to talk to say TP, but individuals. Yes, it would be very unfair for me to talk about TP.
The whole group.
There are few individuals who became very emotional. Yes, which I feel that's how they react to things.
Like Casper.
I feel that's how they react to issues. If you criticize me, for example, I can't come out like that. I can't. I'll analyze what you are saying, and I think gate what is very important for me. Yes. I can tell you, Lucasa, that I don't have any BP, high blood pressure. I don't have. Yeah. My wife has got a machine that we normally go through that.
Check.
And she asks me that, how come you have... I'm always relaxed. I don't get things personal. I don't get... So when they bring their issues, when you talk out of what we are discussing about, I can't answer you. What should I answer you?
Are you in good terms right now?
With what?
With Casper.
I don't know what you mean in good terms. We have been at
Since then.
We have been at the same term.
Okay.
Yes, we have been at the same time, because with Casper it's hello.
Okay.
Yes. So which good terms? I don't know if that term is a bad term, or is a good term. But we have been on
the same term.
Hello. When we meet, we can say hello. You see what I mean? When we meet with Casper, we are Christians, by the way, and we go to same church. We can say, but is Casper my friend that you find me chilling with and all that stuff? No, Casper is not my friend. Casper is got his own friends, I think. Yes, I've got my own friends as well.
He's just someone you know.
He's someone I know from
the TP.
From FG, actually.
From FG
to TP. So yeah. So are we on the same pace? Yes, we're on the same pace that we were last time. Because
after that criticism, nothing changed. After that, nothing changed. After you made those comments,
I don't know if anything changed on their side.
On their side.
With me, nothing changed.
Okay.
With me, it's just any other program, just like the other program that I had, that I talked about Marvelous, that I talked about Heritage, that I talk about. There's no special group to me.
You talk about everyone.
There's no special group. If you produce something, it's in public domain, I'm going to talk about you.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, you already talked about us. I mean, you talked about the Zagmas. I mean,
the Zagma,
You criticized us like, oh, wow, I was just there watching. I'm like, my team has to hear this.
And at least you are my brother. You come from the Copper Belt, but I still spoke about you.
Exactly, man, exactly.
Yeah. You know, when I'm doing reveal, I want it to be as much as casual as it can be. I feel Zambians will listen to like that. And me, to those that are close to me, they will tell you that I think I'm a jovial person. Yeah, I'm a jovial person. So sometimes people will think maybe I'm joking, like I'm trying to diss someone. I'm just joking.
Okay.
Yeah, subscribe to a lot of humor. So Mudio Mama was like, it's coming in December, but we are going to talk about that. And when we talk about it, as much as heavy as it can hit you, then you are going to change. Tatu chinja. But if it hits you,
you will change.
Yeah. You have heard that love hurts.
So for
love hurts.
Love hurts. Yeah, for real. So you know, we're talking about FG. FG is one group. Fountain Gates. For those of you who do not know who FG is, Fountain Gates a cappella. They've been around for quite some time. I mean, they've released hit albums over and over. What do you think is lacking now? Because we're not seeing. I'm sure. I don't know what your review would be when it comes to Fountain Gates.
Yes.
But I just thought we can talk about as FG now as a group.
Yes.
What do you think is lacking now in the group? Because they're not as, for lack of better term. Well, I wouldn't want to say words that would sound otherwise. But yeah, I'm sure you get the question right. Yeah.
So first of all, Fountain Gates, I consider them as one of the best a cappella group.
Yeah.
One of the best a cappella groups in Zambia. They have contributed a lot. Listen to their stage work.
Perfect.
I think the only group can stand next to them when it comes to stage performance. It's Loud Cry. Those guys are bad news.
Yeah, they're bad news.
But
for real.
Fountain Gates, I've put them at, if it is not number one, to a cappella groups, because they are just majored in a cappella. And they are so creative. When listen to the song, most of their songs, they always come up with hit songs. How they do that, I don't know. But they have been very consistent.
They are like the home-ups of cappella music.
Exactly. and actually that is a very good when you listen to, they are not a wow, like they've got good voices and all that stuff, but they deliver that you will not forget. You know what I mean? They are very good. What is happening right now, I think they step back a bit. Their secret, I think, is that they they adopt most of the youngsters with a lot of skills. You can agree with me that, except for me and you, Lukwesa, but most of the people that grew up in Lusaka, in this era, they have sung in Fountain Gates. Most of the groups have come out of Fountain Gates. So what they are lacking now, it's what they have been doing that is poaching new talent. Yeah, there's one point where they're like they are stagnant.
They're just there.
Yes, there's because, and you know why we are observing that there's some. Why are they not? It's because they've been good. They've been very good. So the time they are just not performing, stagnant there, we are able quickly to identify that I think they are not giving us the oomph that they give us. So they should introduce a lot of new ideas. People like Joash, is it Joash? Yes. Use those youngsters. Very good. Very good with a cappella. And I don't know much of these guys that are doing a cappella in Lusaka, but I've heard Joash's programs and in work, so that's why I'm quickly to recommend him. So they need such talent to stay there. Yeah, but otherwise, those guys are good.
They're good. Well, viewers, you are still watching the Daily Talk Show. I'm still your host, and I'm still joined by Mr. Moses Mwamba. And let's go for a very quick break. Stay tuned and be blessed. Welcome back. You are still watching the Daily Talk Show, Mr. Mwamba.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about a few a cappella groups that we have in the a cappella gospel music industry, basically in the SDA.
Yes.
Specifically, rather in the SDA. Let's start with Heritage Brothers.
Yes.
Let's start with Heritage Brothers. Heritage Brothers is one of the oldest groups that we have in Zambia.
Yes.
At the moment. I don't know if there are any other old group apart from them.
No.
Yeah.
Heaven of Rest is one of them.
Yeah, Heaven of Rest, they are there, but we don't, I don't know if they've released anything new, but for Heritage Brothers, they have some new stuffs here and there. Let's talk about them. When did you get to know Heritage Brothers, by the way?
So, if you have followed me, I've talked about Heritage very much.
Yes, you have.
I'm like 100% big fan of Heritage content. Those people, they brought standard of things to my living room, like to my hometown, Kitwe. You remember we used to invite Heritage. It was very difficult to invite them. Kitwe Central Church. They came when we were just seeing them from afar. Heritage had a standard like, I was actually telling Alex Mwesa at one point that I think with me, my argument is that Heritage has been better than King Herod's. Their sound has been better than King Herod's. Yes. If you can do a King Herod song, or if I can do Your Maps' song, and do it better than Your Maps, then I'm better than Your Maps, is it?
Yeah.
So Heritage Quartet have been like that. Especially the what is this? The group formation of Joshua Zihera, Brian Lupia, Alex Mesa, and Rick Charlie. Even Paddy Mugando came in, try to maintain the sound. Heritage taught me, for you to sing a good bass, is not supposed to be going doors. they have got, I consider them as best, sweetest quartet. Now, what has been happening lately with Heritage Quartet is that I think they still maintained, because there was time when Heritage Quartet sang King Herod songs only, like a lot of them. And then they read the audience. So they started bringing in my chorus. Munda uyo, dali salila umusebenzela. Do you know how they came up with those choruses? It's because they were able to read the ground. City Prophets and Resolution by Nkonde, led by Nkonde, had started coming up with choruses. And youngsters, Yarisaba Kwat, music nombe. They came on the ground. Fina sit fiare panga, young women saw the Catholic Church get a song and do it. Amazing sound. Heritage. Already, asai luka koneka. They started in Dari Salila. They matched, they were there. The problem with the Heritage now, they're just there. You know what I mean? They're just there.
Just doing whatever they can.
They're just there. But King Herod, you know, things are different now. If you have seen, a lot of quartet music has changed, or quartet is phasing out. But yes, it's good to remain with the quartet, has their name Heritage. So, but they will give you songs that only maybe me, only me would appreciate them. But what about my son?
Definitely.
What about my son? They need to do a little bit of Asante stuff. They need to do, that's what Heritage then used to do. Get what is happening and put it in a professional way.
Like going with time.
Yes. Munda uyo. That was the chorus. Okay? And later on was rearranged by the same, I think by Alex. Gave it to TP. Why didn't he just give them the Yakariawa Heritage? Because why Chakaidi? So we should move like that. The problem with Heritage now, I don't see any heritage fe. Abomination identity, the Heritage.
They're just there.
No. But
so up.
Listen to American Heritage singers. You confess they sing this, but Bethel singers, these new songs that they are doing, even Gaither, this new thing, Waymaker, Miracle, Alleluia, Gaither, fast, that tuna, Balubika in a youthful way and Heritage quartet sound, Baimba, but my Heritage, anyway. So my take with Heritage is that,
okay,
they need to up the game. It's just like 12 Gates. Sorry for me to go like that. It's like these old groups. Very good choir, I may say. But keep on employing new talent. Keep on getting, especially about soprano. Gamulisa inono ide ko fresh, but abako soprano ga ide until, but when you are mixing it with a new one, you should listen to the sound of choral music. That's why when Murianga were at St. Petersburg Church, to balance the sound. You have a very solid sound. That's what Heritage also supposed to do. Those old groups supposed to engage youngsters. Me, if I'm recording today, I do 10% of the work. The 90% is done by the youngsters, because that's what is happening. Although that is the population. Who are you expecting them? It's the population.
Wow.
Yes. So yeah, that's my take about Heritage.
Yeah. So how about so now let's get to Fishers of Men. Yeah. It's one of the odd groups.
Yes. Yes.
And recently they released the trailer of a song that's coming up.
Yes.
Pretty soon. Probably by the time we'll be releasing this episode, the song would have been out already.
Yes.
And we were discussing behind scenes. We were talking about the trailer and how you're not feeling the idea around that. First of all, Fishes of Men is one of the best recording a cappella groups in Zambia.
Thank you.
They have that their name.
Yes, you can't take it away from them.
You can't compare Fishes Men's recorded songs to any a cappella group in Zambia.
No.
They would always come up number one.
Number one. Yes.
They have that to themselves. So let's talk about Fishes of Men. What do you think is going wrong in Fishes of Men?
Fishers of Men by now.
What do you think is the problem?
Fishers of Men by now, I thought they would realize and meet that gap of live music and recording. They are very good. But if you can implement it by recording, it means you can sing. You can sing it.
Yeah.
Because the demo is already there.
Yeah.
So the problem with Fishers of Men that we all know is the live performance. We want to see Fishers of Men going out there and represent us. Okay? Yeah. Their music is international. First time I listened, he got my CD. Someone who doesn't worship with us from Pentecostal, he came and grabbed my CD, said, "This a cappella is awesome." And that person, believe me, is very critical than I am. I'm telling you, is one of my friends. And maybe that's why you say that you don't see him. He doesn't speak well when he's criticizing. He got my CD. He said, "This group, I remember I've bought twice. That's first CD from Fishers of Men. Their problem is just meeting the gap of live performance. Yeah, because it's like cheating now. You know what I mean? It's like cheating when you record very well and then you can't perform what you recorded. We feel cheated. We feel cheated.
What do you think is the problem, though?
The problem is like it's not everyone participating.
Okay. So there are a few individuals that do the recording.
I feel there are maybe 3 people that just sing in that group. Maybe
the rest are just
those dudes, the rest don't even know the song, because you can see when they are doing live, they even they don't know the lyric of the song. They jumping there but only few people you see that this So that the problem with Fishers of Men is that about 4 abemba abashara
baba pofe bari they're just there somewhere. So you seem to have a problem with the trailer they release. You don't like it too much.
I'm not going to talk about that video now. Let it come out. But
no, we're talking about the trailer.
There's one shot that is alarming to me. There's a shot where when they there's a guy who's seated like in the grave in black.
You know the guy, right?
I don't know the guy. Who's that guy? Who's the guy?
So they actually featured I've forgotten the name of but he sings in Sharper.
Is it the lead?
Yes, it's the lead.
The lead
Sharper
singer, yes, is actually one of my favorite singers.
Yeah, it's the same guy we're talking about.
Is he the one seated in that dark dungeon?
Is the I don't know who featured who, but yeah, I think that's
it gives that shot is giving Nigerian movie vibes, man. I'm telling you, we are just on that one, but we'll come back to that when the whole video, because that we want to understand the concept around but the sound.
But I think if for a trailer to come out, I think that's the
best shot.
They get the best shots to come up with a trailer.
Bro, that shot is I'm a house of horror shots. I don't know what they're trying to communicate.
Wow.
But yeah, it's like Nigerian movie. You see where they put you in the pit, you are dreaming. The Nigerians like that. About this they have got this sinister or I don't know what they believe in, but they really do that in their movies. They really do that, and it's really disturbing. Yeah. So I don't want to spoil the video, but let's watch the video when it comes out. But for me, that showed, bro.
It wasn't it?
And already the attire, I don't know what is happening. By the way, Fishers of Men, like we have said, best recording group.
Yes.
But when it comes to the videos,
they're not the best.
I think they're West video production producer group
is the
Fishers of Men. They do it opposite. And when they
very beautiful audio but very bad video
all the time. Give me one video coming from Fishers of Men that is the one they were in the bush.
Yes.
Is it the one they were in the bush? Like they're in Chwala or something? No, let's talk about that video. Let's talk about that video later.
Oh God. Wow. Okay, so from all this, I think the main point is that there's so much the a cappella music industry should work on.
Yeah.
Most important thing is branding, because all this comes in branding.
Exactly.
They don't really invest into branding themselves.
Exactly.
You know, there's a way that you're supposed to whatever you're posting on your socials should be in a professional way. Because I don't think you know where all this throws me off is we have a very huge following, we have beautiful songs, we have beautiful we perform very beautifully.
Yes.
Yeah. So we performance, when it comes to stage performance, I'm talking about the whole a cappella music, a cappella gospel music industry. We perform very nicely, but you will never find any a cappella group signed by any big record label, any to be picked by any to be a brand ambassador for any company. You would never find any a cappella group attached to this. I don't know if it maybe because it's attached to the church, but I mean we have a lot. Pompey, Pompey is signed to Vatra. Yeah. All those people are from churches. I mean maybe it's the difference in doctrine. I don't know. What do you have to say about that?
It's not it's just the way you said it. We don't brand ourselves very well.
Yeah.
It's I can tell you. Remember City Prophets? I don't know if you still remember City Prophets.
Yeah, it was with
they were assigned.
Yeah.
City Prophets were assigned to be singing. They used to go to Germany to sing.
Yes.
Heritage Cottage as well. They used to go to Sweden. They could sing at a Charisma Hotel on separate. And Habakkuk as well. Habakkuk used to go to Finland and what they used to be like mass a cappella what they would go there to sing to those audience. Now we don't do that. I feel we have concentrated much on singing than branding ourselves. We don't know how to brand ourselves. We are a liability actually. That's what I call myself, that a cappella industry is a liability. You cannot invest in it. You sink, they'll get your money because you cannot. Where are you going to take them? You know what I mean?
No.
They sing very well, they record very well, take them to the stage, they are not even going to perform. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But solos, I feel they are trying to do better. Solos are trying to do better. Yeah. So where we are going wrong is
the branding.
We are so pathetic.
We are missing it.
No, we don't even know branding. We don't know branding. I think at this point we can give thumbs up to Onyx who even made it to the Onyx. Onyx is the group that Joash yes. That's why I was telling you that you should look out to this youngster. He's really good with a cappella. He has gone out of the box. His arrangement, his ideas, his recording, he's gone out. I told you that Fountain Gates is one of the best performing group, but they should consider hiring
Josh
people like him. they'll go
People
very
like
far.
Josh, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
because the way he has gone is pentatonics type,
Yeah.
home free type, where you can also have international platform for you to participate in.
Well, I think let's get to the other topic of the recent concert that happened like Friday, like last week Friday, and this the Chisha concert.
Oh yeah,
the album launch.
Oh, yeah.
Hosted by Chisha. Chisha, for those of you who do not know this, Chisha recently organized a grand Friday album launch. I think they called it. Is it? What's the title again? I've forgotten the title, but it should be somewhere there. She was launching an album where she invited the gospel legend, Benjamin Dube from South Africa. What are your thoughts in Chisha organizing such a beautiful program?
Okay,
I know you never attended, but I'm sure you watched some live. I was following the program online.
Yes.
I was watching everything online and stuff. But what are your thoughts?
So Friday, I touched down KK at 19. Okay, and I planned that I'm going to attend that event.
Yeah,
the traffic was horrible.
Yeah, Zambia is becoming
people are going out of town on Fridays, Copperbelt especially. So it was just impossible.
Yeah,
and then I had to settle down. When you book in Zambia where you're going to stay and all that stuff, you find there's no power, there's mosquitoes also are on you. So everything just distracted me. But I really wanted to be there. Chisha invited me to listening party.
Yep.
Very brilliant. Very brilliant.
Ukwari boys who are muri jazz ya mama wasa.
Don't bring up that issue. So, bruh,
I laughed.
but you know Mwanawasa jazz. Anyway, so
let's move on.
Let's move on. So Chisha, I want to talk about Chisha separate from Benjamin Dube.
Yeah.
Yes, Chisha is going into the right direction. Even that program was very good. Her thinking of Benjamin Dube coming here is very good thing. Whoever is managing Chisha is doing a very fantastic job.
Evans Mwelwa.
Okay, I believe Evans, is the guy with spectacles.
Yes. That's the manager.
Yeah, he's doing a very fantastic job. He might actually be discouraged by the turnout, but he shouldn't give up. Chisha is the biggest asset, I think, female solo artists you have. I'm no longer calling it in Zambia, in SDA, but in Zambia. Yeah. She's one of those.
At this point now.
This point. Looking at these other friends, Chileshebwale and what, they are not much participating. But Chisha is really putting much. So to me, Chisha is in the right direction. And she's doing very great with the manager. It's a very good pair. They're really communicating very well. They should just maybe expand the team or do much of the consultation in the issue of hosting of the concerts. You can be a manager who has got a very good idea, but if you don't know things in the market that you're getting in, it's a big challenge. Okay? Putting a concert that you are paying on Friday, it was a very big wrong move. If it was a free concert, maybe you get something. Secondly, the location. The location for that concert to me was also another thing, because that's where a lot of traffic jam is.
Yeah, you're right.
You see what I mean? So Blessing Center is okay, maybe on Saturday evening, so that those that coming from the Copper Belt they prepare in advance. Those that are coming from Rosangu, Southern Province also brings out a lot of people coming, Livingston. Those that are coming from the Copper Belt, and Lusaka, Mwamba as well. So, Saturday is a right time for a concert. Because you have ample time to drive to reach Lusaka. That was one of the things that I think it was a wrong move. Friday and the location on Friday.
Yeah. How about because we see her not including much of
SDAs
of the SDA groups. She just invited she had quite a lined up artists who were performing, likes of Ephraim, of course Mr. Benjamin Dube and others who performed at a concert. And probably she only got in the last minute we saw what's the choir name, trumpets, Divine Trumpets.
Where are those guys from?
They are from SDA. They're SDA.
Oh, they're SDAs.
Yeah, actually they are Mr. What's the name again? Mr. Solochi. Yes. Is
the commander.
The commander in chief. Yes. Did I say that right? The commander.
Commander of ZNS.
Yeah, the commander of ZNS is part of the group. I don't know, maybe I hear he's the owner of the group or something like that.
The commander in chief is the president.
Yes.
Yes.
that's why I asked if I said that right. Yeah. But yeah, is like the sponsor of the group. And in the last minutes we saw the group featuring in the program, and we feel like he didn't include, he wanted to have it, she wanted to have the album launch a bit away from the SDA, but forgot to say that's where our stronghold is.
So let me quickly just go through that. Chisha is the biggest artist. She's coming. Yes. I want to put things together. Do you know that what is this? SDA Church has over 1 million membership in Zambia.
Yes.
Pentecostals have got less than that. I don't know if it is even 500. You know that? Yeah. So you can be international.
Oh no, and I don't know.
Yeah. You can be international by considering the other, not only Pentecostals, but the other religion to purchase your
tickets.
Yeah. Your ticket and your CD, your music.
Your music, yeah.
Yes. Relying on them was a wrong move as well. I saw the lineup, Pastor Teddy,
yes,
and other guys, Ephraim and what? Chisha's following is still SDA. The biggest following,
yes,
is still SDA.
Exactly.
Are you getting my point? Because SDA is the biggest.
That's the backbone. That's where she's coming from.
And the numbers, they have the numbers. I remember I was talking to Chilu. We're talking about Benjamin Dube actually, and Chilu told me that Benjamin Dube, we all know that he doesn't attract a lot of people. We know that in Zambia he doesn't. Yes, he sings very well. Even in South Africa, Benjamin Dube doesn't. No. The youngster like Lebo, to me, you know what I mean? Who's this other Mbambo? Tokoze Mbambo. They are coming up very well. But Benjamin Dube make it with that gang. The collection of that.
Yeah.
Yes. In Zambia here, I've not seen a concert, not even one, where Benjamin Dube had an auditorium full.
Yeah. So the full sold out concert.
No. So there are big artists that cannot fill there.
According to our sources, some of our sources who attended Chisha's concert, like they were like Chisha's album launch, like there were only a few SDAs that attended the concert, the album launch. There were like you could tell, even when Ephraim came on stage, you know, you could tell that okay, but it's Diabo. There are about a few counted heads of SDS who attended. So it's like the message never reached much to the SDS.
Yes,
much to the Pentecostal side of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe that was our intention.
Yeah, maybe.
With the manager.
And I feel that was
maybe that was our intention. But if you want to reach, if you want money, if they wanted to make money, SDA had more numbers.
Yeah.
They were supposed to consider a lot of SDA performing groups. That would have been very good. For example, if you invited in South Africa, who could even if you invited, who are this not Emmanuel, the other guys, there's a group in South Africa that is very
which group is it? The a cappella group?
Yes. I've been dreaming of the city.
Sweet Symphony.
That is a youngster group, and a lot of youngsters would have been there. It's a very good a cappella group. SDS, we are all trying to, I can tell you, all of us that trying to avoid SDS
Circles.
in the concert, one of them is my group, Offer Christ.
Offer Christ.
We did a concert. You saw the turnout. Was very low. You know what I mean?
It flopped.
Yes. It does flop.
Do you think even Chisha's concert flopped?
I don't know. I was not there. But I don't know if they met, they realized what they had invested. I don't think so.
According to people around.
I don't think so. Because I know Benjamin Dube has been in Zambia. This was the third time. I've not seen that he has made money. They have made money where he goes. I've not seen that. So I don't know if it's Benjamin Dube, but most thing that I observed is that, yes, we have to be international. Yes, we have to come out of the books. But don't forget that our biggest following is in STA.
For real.
You get my point? Even me, you know that my music is listened by non-Adventists, most of them. But I don't forget where I come from. If I want to do concert, I will invite the biggest group in SDA. I don't know if they such, but the most doing well group. Yes, in SDA. So that is Chisha's. I'm going to do Chisha's teacher's review. Chisha's review, where I'll be so much detail about.
You have sources.
Yeah, I was watching.
Online?
I was through Chisha's page.
Oh yeah.
Samuel Msonda was there.
Yes.
So I watched most of these concerts because I'm not here in Zambia. I watched them live. And I'm able to tell that Uyo adi win. Uyo tadi win. Yeah.
Well, considering your experience with a cappella music and the growing influence of SDA producers, what are your thoughts on the relationship between a cappella traditions and modern gospel music production in Zambia, where the likes of Mr. What's his name again? Mike Michelo, yes. Bright Mteti the late Joash of the musical initiative, Mwapeka Songo. Yes.
So those the old ones. I'll start with the old ones. The Mike Michelo and what.
Right.
Those have got experience. Yes, they've got experience that the new ones maybe are still learning. And if you listen to their works, they might not be, you feel that they are not exposed here. I wanted ABCD, The new ones, the younger stars, the younger producers, they also have a new feel that maybe the old producers are lacking. Okay, but what I feel about all the producers is to listen. There's only one thing that the producers always make a mistake. They don't listen. They don't listen to your client. You want to produce me, and you become big-headed. How are you going to work with me? You get my point?
Yeah.
You want to be a producer and you want to be a celebrity. You can't. These two don't move together
At all.
You want to be a producer and a celebrity. I can't, man. This happens to Ben Blazer. He's a friend of mine. Ben Blazer and me grew up same street and Big D Graphics. And I always tell him this: you cannot be, when you become a celebrity, or Ton Bleez. You have heard of Ton Bleez? Ton Bleez, very young, talented in Kitwe. He was the best producer of rapper. Do you know what he used to do? When there's a certain, I'm recording with a certain artist, young artist is recording, Chef is coming to record on Mark 2, you tell them that, stop first. Chef is coming. Amen you kupianga first. Amba kupiangisha by client. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
If you feel, you know you are better singing than your client, you can't be a producer. You can't be a celebrity and you want to be a producer. Then you'll be losing your business. You are not going to think openly, independently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the problem with the big producers, the old producers, is that first of all, they don't want to listen. This is the problem with all the producers. They don't want to listen to the youngsters. Now mwapeka songo are record apa kuri akanyu 10 tuchiteko incorporate na bena aba 10 tuchite so inenga naisa mukisha record. Tell me that ule french, what do you want to achieve? Listen to the artist first. Nendefo kumfa so defo kuchita so akupera konotuma samples zotu adefa. Listen to that can't thing. Hey, that shan you can't do like that. So most of this, and when you tell them, I'm very disappointed with one of these producers, young producers actually. When you review their work, they become person. So who are you that you cannot make a mistake? We can't talk about it. Who are you? You can make a big mistake actually. You are human and you should err. And we're going to talk about this is how we help each other. So the producer's biggest weakness is not listening, failing to understand the concept of your client, trying to be a celebrity. Look at Mwape. I've spoken about Mwape before. First time when Mwape started, I even told other people will tell you that Mwape at that point was not qualified even to record himself. He was a bigger of an artist than a recorder. You see what I mean? He's very big for him to record himself. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, I get that one.
Overcrest wanted to do some work with Mwape. He said, okay, let's be trying something in the background that we are trying so that he also get exposed to these things. But I feel he's not qualified to do that.
Even now?
Now is a different song. Now Mwape has become, because he listens. Listen to Mwape's work. If there are two, not only on a cappella, but with bigger just music recording that you should look out, is Mwape and Joash. I'm telling you that. The other producers, they just major in a cappella.
Oh yeah.
But those that have taken time to learn.
Are we talking about? Are you talking about the young ones, or maybe you're putting it in general?
In general.
Wow.
The ones that can record live music and a cappella music. These two
are the best.
I feel they are trying.
How about Easy Touch, Mr. Mike?
Easy Touch is a professional. I've not heard of him with music. I've not heard music and a cappella together, like instruments and a cappella together.
He's done a lot, actually.
Yes, maybe I'm supposed to be exposed to his work. But Mikey Michelo, he has never disappointed me.
I think he's one of the best a cappella producers in Zambia.
In a cappella, we are talking about both, but a cappella, Mikey is like the guru of a cappella.
Oh, yeah.
Any group that goes there, he handles them according to the group. That's not easy. But you put this music and then a cappella, everything, you know that is not very easy. That is not very easy. There is one person who told me that this I can't do, and I respect that person.
Yeah,
is Mwamba. I gave him some work. He told me, this I cannot. Yama, this I can't do. Then when he was just doing, and now he has come where, because he's willing to learn.
Yeah.
If you say I cannot do this, then you learn more. But when you feel that Moses Mwamba Critic was talking about how I recorded that one, he didn't say much. He didn't say good things about me. Wafurwa no kufurwa. You are still young. And then you are becoming like that. How are you going to learn?
Yeah. Well, we've talked about pretty much everything and too much.
Yes.
Finally, we must come to an end. We finish the whole day just talking about things because there are a lot of things to talk about.
Chatting.
Probably we'll look forward to another episode where we'll get to talk about different things.
Yes.
We can get more details and stuff. Finally, what advice would you give to the up and coming gospel artists who want to make a long lasting impact in the both in the a cappella gospel music industry and just the gospel music industry?
So music, whether gospel or you call it what? Secular music, is an art. Music evolves.
Yeah. Every
art evolves. Even the way Hollywood was doing things then is not how they are doing them now. We used to have only ZNBC, came in DSTV, now Netflix, Zuka and other things, Video Prime and all this, is because it's art. It involves art. If you want to be there, always be flexible to adapt to new things. Be flexible and be on the lookout to know who's giving, what is trending, who's giving good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have seen how Gaither and Max Mace used to do this. Gaither is always there.
Yeah.
They were singing the other day. I was singing them. Waymaker. They were singing that song by Bethel. Is it? Blessed all of my soul.
Oh yeah.
God's Envoy have started doing that as well.
Oh yeah.
You see, they've started doing that as well because FLH tika. Art is about what is happening. If you want to sing those songs, do what you can, incorporate with the youngsters. Like I'm doing my new album, I'm inviting a lot of writers and those that can arrange. Let's do this song. So where are we? Until we achieve what we want. Because ichalo nichino chinechiriko. Pano, where we are, not kudiakunuma 12 minutes. Yeah. So always be alert and please be flexible to adapt on what is trending.
Yeah. Well, we've come to the end of the show. Hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you've picked one or two things. Mwira furwa guys ngaba Mr. Criticize. Mwira furwa. Chapa charo vipi.
Vata tufurwa.
Taba furwa. I mean, if Mwamba used to this thing. I mean, you are in the spotlight. So you're open to these things. You're open to critics and stuff. So if you just joined us, well, this is the Daily Talk Show. I have had Mr. Moses here as my guest, and we've talked about a lot of things. What are your last word for the people watching right now?
Please, we never used to have Christian broadcasting programs like this, like the Daily Talk. I believe this program is growing big. You guys are doing fantastic job. Don't get upset when we criticize you. That's why we are doing better now.
Sure. Please, we are looking forward to your critics on us.
Yes, I've seen another group. I've seen another program called The War or something.
The Gospel War.
Yeah, something like that. Keep bringing them up. Things will be better. We might not enjoy now. Everything that we are putting in now, what we have been putting, it might not even be us to enjoy them, but things will be better. People will be actually earning. Some people might be earning a living because our population is also growing in Zambia. So keep it up. And thank you for having me. And don't get upset, like I said. The other thing is, I saw, what did I see? But in one word, thank you for having me.
You're welcome, sir. And it's been a pleasure hosting you. Well, viewers, there you have it. If you've not liked, if you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for? I mean, it's free of charge. You're not paying anything to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're not paying anything to just follow our Facebook page. We are everywhere, on Instagram, on TikTok. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. The Daily Talk Show. Find us, like us, and just comment on our videos. Like I said, like I always say, if you have a suggestion of if you want to see someone specific on the show that you'd want to hear from, please mention them in the comment section below, and we'll make sure that we bring them on the show, because this is the only platform where we bring everyone and anyone to come and air out their views on the daily things to do with gospel music as a whole. I have been your host. My name is Zek, and you've been watching the Daily Talk Show. For now, let me say bye-bye till the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.